Hi, my name is Philip Höfer. I'm in consulting from the cimt. And today we have our webinar regarding master data governance. I'm here with my colleague Shiva, who will show you something in the system. And before we start, just for your information, we have a Q&A session afterwards. So if you want to ask some questions, or if you have any questions, please type them into our Q&A, and then we will answer them afterwards. Okay, perfect. So let's start with the company introduction. cimt was founded in 2000. So the journey starts in Hamburg. And due to the constant growth, we as well added locations in Düsseldorf, Cologne, Frankfurt, and Berlin. Later, Ford was added in the Netherlands. And recently, we are happy to announce that we have as well an office in Granada in Spain. So as you can see, we are growing year after year. We are currently 7 locations strong in Europe. And that's the reason why we have this webinar today in English. We have 300 employees in Germany, the Netherlands, and Spain. We are 24 years in the market for process, data management, and governance. We have 45 million euro turnover in 2022. So we are a healthy, medium-sized independent company. And as we have today the topic SAP Master Data Governance, we for sure are specialized in SAP consulting since over 20 years. Therefore, we have a wide experience focus topics, and we are SAP Gold partners. But there's much more, as you can see. cimt is one of the largest talent consulting partners in Germany. And we have as well certified consultants in Camundo. Camundo is a young, innovative software for business process management. We have as well Exasol, which is a powerful MPP in-memory database. And we have Snowflake, which is a scalable pay-per-use cloud data warehousing system. So there's much more. And we are growing day after day, and the portfolio as well. So in the future, for sure, we will have more programs in the portfolio. So far, so good. That's enough from the cimt, and from my side, I will hand over to Shiva, and we will come to the agenda for the main topic. Thank you, and we will see you in the Q&A session.
Thank you, Philip, for the introduction. And now I will start with today's agenda. So let's start with the agenda. So these are the topics where I'm going to explain today. The first topic is the influence of poor master data, where I will be explaining what are the effects when we have the poor master data in the business. I will be explaining in this first topic. And I will be explaining what is master data governance in the beginning, and how it works. I will be explaining in the central governance, and what are the domains available from the SAP, and that will be explaining in the MDG domains. And I will be showing one showcase and the system landscape where we have built the master data governance, and we will see that practically how the master data governance is built, and it works practically in the demo. In the demo, we will be seeing creating a new material process, changing the material process, and in the end, I will be replicating the materials to the target systems so that we will improve the master data. And in the end, I will be summarize all the points which we achieved in the demo by building the master data governance. And as Philip said, in the end, we will be having some time to question and answers. So let's jump into the first topic, that is influence of poor master data. So this topic, influence of poor master data, I always compare with an iceberg here. When we see an iceberg, we will see only the upper portion of the iceberg, and we don't see the down portion of the iceberg. Similarly, when we have the poor master data, in any business, we will be seeing only the effects. We never know the causes of the causes of the problems. So as we see on the upper layer of the iceberg, the effects in any business, like loss of orders, employee dissatisfaction, and delayed product launch, or inefficient business processes, or unsatisfied customers, etc. So the causes for these all problems will be always hidden, and similar to the iceberg, we never know how depth the iceberg is. We never know also how many hidden causes are there. The hidden causes, for example, like poor data quality, duplicate records, wrong decisions, and missing customer data, and incorrect addresses, etc. So when we have poor master data quality in any business, uh, poor data quality in customer master records, that leads to inefficiencies and miscommunication. And when we have duplicate records in any business, that results waste of time and money, and maybe we will reach the same customer multiple times. And inaccurate, inconsistent addresses can lead the messages that never reach the customers, and in the worst case, maybe the goods will not ship to the correct targets. So when we have a no standard master data that gives different opinions on the master data, and based on these opinions, we may take wrong decisions. So incomplete master data can cause delays and missed shipments. Maybe the shipments can take longer time because of the incomplete master data. Missing customer data can lead back and forth communication between the customer, and that may lead to bad satisfaction from the customer and bad first impression also. Incorrect master data, the decisions always based on the incorrect master data is not accurate, and that affects our business also. So these are all the problems we will face when we have the poor master data in any business. So what is the solution for that one? We would say the solution would be master data governance. So for today's topic is the master data governance, and I would say for all these problems, we can solve with master data governance. So what is master data governance? In short, we call it as a MDG. It is a solution that makes business to easily manage the data and transfer it to the target systems in most efficient way. That means we will bring the good quality of master data in MDG system, and we transfer that good quality to the target systems, or in other words, business systems. And what are the features of the MDG? As the first feature, it's a governance. The master data governance maintains transparency of master data throughout the business landscape. The master data is stored in a central system, and in master data governance, data entry is guaranteed according to the defined rules and standards, and this includes standard approval procedure and creating the data. Consistency. Master data governance keeps the master data consistent even in complex landscape that distributed in the various locations. Consolidation. Consolidation provides a good understanding of company master data. Consolidation delivers the capabilities to load the master data, and it detects also the duplicates in the master data and creates high quality data records. And by using the consolidation, we can calculate the best record or the golden record from the duplicates, so that we can achieve the good quality of it. Integration. The master data integrates seamlessly with other SAP solutions also, and can also integrate into the third parties by making both data models and business logic reusable. When it comes to the flexibility, the master data is open to extend the standard models, and including master data domains, and introducing our own governance models that allows users to great flexibility and offers individual advantage. Data quality, that is most important. And the data quality manages the master data quality by defining quality validation rules and across the central master data. The master data experts can have a dashboard where he or she can monitor the data quality throughout the central system, and they can define their own validation rules. By that, they can improve the data quality of the master data. So these are all the features of the master data governance. And let's check the next topic, that is the central governance, where I will be explaining how the master data works. So as you can see, this is the architecture of the master data governance. And here we have mainly the 4 steps. The first is to maintain, and the second is to validate, and third is to approve, and the fourth step is to replicate. So as a first step, we maintain the master data in a staging area. That means we create the master data, and that will be stored in the staging area. Staging area is in other words, we can call it temporary tables. So that means in the first step, whatever we create the master data, that is stored in a staging area. And after that, in the second step, we validate the master data that is created in the first step. And in the second step, validate means we correct the addresses, and we also detect the duplicates here, and we apply the business logic. And we can also use the external tools to validate the master data. And in the third step, we approve the master data after validation. That means then after approval, the master data will move to the active area, that is real database. So that means until the first and second step, it stores in the staging area in the temporary tables. Then once we approve it, then it moves to the active area. So in between these steps, we will be also using in the background predefined workflows from the SAP that helps us to jump from one step to the other step easily. So once we approve the master data, that means the master data will be created in the MDG system in the active area. Then that is the good quality of the master data. Then we replicate this good quality to the target systems. So target systems is, in other words, the business systems where we have actual business. So as a fifth step, we can also adapt the master data in the local systems accordingly. And we replicate this master data to the SAP systems or as well as non-SAP systems also. So this is all about how the master data works. Then let's jump to the next topic, that is SAP MDG domains. So what are the domains available for the master data? As you can see, there are 2 sections here. One is predefined domains from the SAP, that is material and finance, and also the business partner. Again, the business partner is divided into 2, that is customer and supplier. These are all predefined domains from the SAP are available. And when it comes to the extended domains, that is enterprise asset management and retail and fashion management. So as I said in the features before, the MDG is more flexible. We can also create our own custom objects according to our business need. So these are all about the domains. What are available from the SAP side. So let's check to the showcase and the system landscape. Here I will be explaining what is the showcase for today, and how the MDG is built in our local system. As you can see, the showcase will be the topic of creating a new material in the system, and we will see create and change and mark for deletion processes in the system landscape. For example, as you can see in the picture, on the left side, we will see the SAP MDG, that is Master Data Governance. And here we will be doing the first step, maintaining the master data, and the second step is to validate the master data, and the third step is to approve the master data. Once we achieve the good quality of master data, then we replicate to the target systems, that is the business systems. So this one we will be seeing in demo as of now. Then let's go to the demo session. So as you can see here, this is the first process. I will be showing the demo. So initially we will try to understand it, how it works. This is for creating new material process. So in this process, we will be having three users, that is a requester, expert, and approver. So as a requester, as the name says, the requester will be requesting a new material, creating a new material master data through the change request. He will be submitting the change request. Then this change request, which is having the master data, it is moved to the to the expert. Then expert will check the master data, and when he thinks that something has to be corrected, then he has an option to send it to revision. That means it goes back to the requester. He can change it and resubmit the change request. Then, or once everything is okay, then he can go for the finalize the process. So once he go for the finalized process, then the change request will move to the approver. Then in the approver will have two options, that either he can approve the master data or he can send it to reject. So when he reject the master data, that means it will go back to the requester. Then according to the approver notes, then he can change the master data. Accordingly, he can resubmit again. Or he will be having one more option to withdraw the change request. Then the change request will be completed. Once the approver check is went with approve decision, then the new material will be created in the system, in the MDG system. Then that is ready to replicate or transfer to the target systems. So to understand this overall process more easily, I have divided this into the two topics, that is creating new material positive process. So as the name says, this process is, in this process, the expert will go with only the positive decisions. That means the experts, he will check the data and he thinks everything is okay, then he finalizes the process. And when it goes to the approver, then he goes with the approve. Then the new material will be created in the system. And then in the once the new material is created, then we will see the replication process also. So let's check with the demo how it works practically. Then I will be opening in the MDG system as of now. So this is the MDG system where the users can log into the system, where I will be showing in the client 007, where we have built the master data governance. Then I log in here. So these are the applications of the master data governance available. Then I will go one of the application, that is manage material governance. As you can see, this is the search page for the master data governance, where I can have the search criteria. For example, material with a number, I can search for the material with the industry or description. So as of now, I will be searching without any search criteria to load the all the materials which is in the system. So if you see the data loaded in the table here, so I can see some few numbers are with real numbers, few are with dollar sign. So what is the difference between these two is, so when it is with a real number, that means the material is already created in the system. When it is with a dollar sign, that means that is the change request still is not yet processed. So let's, as I explained in the process, now I'm with the requester. I will be creating a new material here by clicking on the new. Then I get some change request here. I will choose one of the change request and I press OK. Then change request form will be loading here. Then this is the change request form, and here you can see some basic general data for the material, and also some the description we can also maintain according to the language. and some dimensions and purchasing and all the sales, all the general data and sales data, we can enter it. For the demo purpose, I will be entering only few details here. So this is the description for the change request. Spare parts for production, for example. And I will be entering some of the details here. Basic unit measure, I will be taking as a cartoons. And the material type, I would say it's a spare parts. And generic item category, I would say make to order. And I maintain some description here. Spare parts for production. And here in the system, in the MDG system, we will be having also option to check it before we go for the submit. So that means I will check it, then the system checks if there is any mandatory fields are missing. Then once we click on the check, it gives me the message that entered the industry sector. So that is missing here. I have to maintain this one. So we can make this mandatory checks as we want it, as the business needed. We can also make the other fields also mandatory, which are like most important things. So now I have maintained the industry sector. Now I will check again here. Then no errors found. Then as a requester, I will be submitting the change request. Then that will be moved to the expert. That means I will go with submit. So as you can see in the status, the workflow is currently being processed. That means in the background, the workflow is running. So I will be refreshing it so that the status can change here. Now the status is the workflow is run in the background. Now it is the change request moved to the expert. So that's why the status we have it to be validated by the expert. And we can also see the workflow log here, for example. And you can see it is ready with us expert. So that means I have to log in with expert here. That means I will be logging out, sign out with the requester. That means sign out is okay. So now I'm signing as an expert. That is an expert user. And as I said, it's MDG is on client 007. So now I have these MDG applications here. I can see here one of the application is inbox. So I open the inbox of the expert. Then I got the change request that is 298 that is created from the requester here. So I got it in the inbox to be processed. So I open the change request again. So I can see all the details which are entered by the requester. Then as an expert, I will be thinking, okay, everything is fine, but I see that material group is missing here. Then expert also has a right to add some more data, that is a material group, for example. I will be choosing one of the material group here, that is 01. And I think, yes, now I'm showing the demo for the positive process, so that I'll be thinking, okay, everything is fine. Then I have two options here, send it for revision and finalize the process. I will go with the finalize process. When I press on the send it for revision, it goes back to the requester. Now we don't need that one, so I will finalize the process. So that means now the change request will move from expert to the approver. So we can see the status is workflow is being processed. Then I refresh the change request. Now the change request status is changed to be approved by the approver. So let's check the workflow log also. So that means the expert has a decision, finalizing the process is completed. Now the approver is having the change request that is ready to be processed. So that means I will be signing out as an expert and sign in as a approver. So the sign out is okay. So now I will be signing as an approver, that is a user for the approver. Then I sign with 007 client. And here, and same as the expert, I will be opening the inbox so that the change request from the expert will be having in the inbox. So I can see all the details which are created by the requester and the expert. And I see it, everything is fine, everything looks good. And as an approver, I will not be having to edit the data. So I can only approve it or reject it. So I think as we are in the positive process, I will be approving the master data of the material. I will go with approve. So I can see the status now, its workflow is being processed. Then once I open the approver, once I open the change request here, I can see the status, that is final check is approved. And then when I see the changes here, I can see the new material is already created here. So that means I open the presentation again. So that means we are here. The approver has approved the process. The system has created a new material, and the change request is completed. In the MDG system, now we have created a new material that went through the expert and the requester and the approver. So now we will see how we can replicate this material to the target systems. So let's check that one. So for that one, I need to go to the other application, that is material. So here, as we seen before, this in this page, this is the search criteria for the materials, and I will check the number of the material that is created, that is 7084. So that is 7084. Then I click on the search. Now we got the material that is just created. Then I select this material and I can click on the replicate. Yep. So here in the replication, that means we are transferring this material to the target systems. I can select the material and click on the target. And once I click on the replicate, then this material will be moved to the target system. Before I do the replication, I would like to show the target systems here. That is client 100. I will be logging with my user and check the material is already there or not. So to check the material, I will be opening the transaction MM03. So the material which we created just now in the MDG system, that is 7084. So once I press on enter, then I can see the message here, the material does not exist. So that means in the target system, in the business system, we don't have this material so far. So once I start the replication process, I select the target system here. I click on the replicate. That means the selected object is replicated. That means this material has moved from the MDG system to the target system 100. So we cross check again in the SAP system. That is here. I just go back once and come again, MM03. Then this is the material. I press on enter again. Then you can see that we don't get any message now. We get the details of the material which we just created from the MDG system. So this is how we can transfer the created newly material from the MDG system to the target system. So similarly, it also works with other target system, that is DD6 here. Then I press on this one, and before I replicate it, I would like to show in the DD6 system also. Then I log in into the DD6 system with my user. Then the transaction code again MM03. And as we are in the DD6 system, we haven't replicated the material so far, then I just cross check again, that is 7084, and we get the message that is not exist. Now I start the replication process here. Then I press on the replicate, then I can see the objects are replicated, the message. Then I will cross check again with the system here, MM03. And as I am in the DD6 system, then I press enter again. Now we can see that the material is already reached the DD6 target systems. So that means we are successfully replicated the newly created material from the MDG system to the target systems. So this is the end of the newly created creating material process, DD6 system also, the positive process. And we will see what happens when it is when we go through the negative process. That means that is the next demo. That is the negative process. It's completely similar to the positive process, but the name, as name says, is a negative process. This time approver will reject the master data, then it goes back to the requester, and requester can have option to resubmit or withdraw it. So let's check let's check how it works. And before that, I would like to say that here in this step, there will be no material created because we will not have the active step. And okay, let's check how it works practically. That is the system demo 2. Then I go back to the system here. I close some other tabs which we don't needed. And as we are in the approver, as an approver, I don't want approver to be starting the process. I want to log in as a requester now. So that means the system is 007. So now I logged in as a requester. I go to the manage material again and click on search. Then we load all the materials and I click on new. Then I get the option to choose the change request as before, similar to before. Then now I will be creating one more material here. Then we see how the negative process works. Then I will be writing some demo description here, something like production 3, and then I'll be filling the details here. Cartoon, and the material type is spare parts. And yeah, make to order. Then industry sector, I would say mechanical engineering. And as a requester, I filled the general data of the material. Then I go for the submit. Now the status is changed. Then when I refresh it, then it will be validated by expert, so that I need to log in as an expert now. Then I log out as a requester. Then sign out. So then I'm logging with expert user ID 7. Then once I check the inbox here, now I'm expecting that change request has to come here. So now the change request has come, that is created by the requester. And check here the data from the requester again. Then I see the data here, and I think the material group is missing. I can add the material group, for example, to 02. And then I finalize the process. So, and yeah, then I refresh here, for example, and the status is changed to be approved by the approver. That means I have to log in with the approver now again. So when I see the workflow, how it works, I'll just go back once again. So now we logged in with as an expert, and we finalized the process. Now we are going to log in as an approver, and see the master data. And in this case, I will be rejecting the master data. Then it has to go back to the requester. Then the requester will have the option to resubmit or withdraw it. So let's jump back to the system again here, then sign out. So I will be logging with approver, that is 007. Now I will be opening the inbox. Now I see that the change request from the expert has come to the inbox of the approver. Then I will open this change request. Now I have the option to approve it or reject it, and I see the general data of the material. And expert as an approver, I think that the material group is wrong here. It has to be 03, for example. Then I don't approve this change request. Then I simply reject it. So when we reject it, then we have to write some notes. I will be writing here, please change material group to 03, or withdraw the request. So then I press on OK. So the approver has entered some notes here by rejecting the change request. I can see that one here. And when I go to the status, the status is changed to revise the perform the changes. That means it has reached to the requester now. So we will be signing with requester. Just to get an idea, I will jump back to the flow again. Process flow. As the approver, I rejected it, that it has come to the requester, and now the requester has to take the action based on the approver note. So that means I will be jumping back to the requester here, 007. Then this time I will be opening the inbox of the requester. Now I see the change request has come from the approver. Then I see the status to revise and perform the changes. I open this change request. So here I have it back from the approver. I can see that. And I can see the notes here, which is written by the approver. Please change the material group to, sorry for the spell mistake here, material group to 03. Then I press on edit. Then I check the material group here. I see that 03 is not exist. That means as approver suggests that I can withdraw also the change request. Then I cancel this changing to the material group 03, which is not available. Then I withdraw it. Then once I withdraw, then I have to enter some notes so that everything is documented here. Rejected because of 03 material group is not available. So that I enter OK. So whatever the text I have entered, it will be in the notes. So now when we check the status here, the final check is rejected. As we said, it's a negative process. No, there will be no material created. There is no active step from the system. So there will be no material will be recreated in this process. So this is how the negative process works. This is the overview of the complete creating a new material in the MDG system. So let's jump to the next demo, that is changing the material process. So what is the main difference between creating a new material and changing the material? creating a new material means we will be creating a new material, and changing the material means we will be changing the material which is already active in the system. In this process, we will be having only two users. That is, one is to requester, another one is to expert. The requester, again, in a similar way, he will submit the change request by changing the material which is already exist, and the expert will check that changes, and he can go for the finalized process. Then that means these changes will be active in the MDG system. Then later we can replicate to the target system. So let's see, let's check in the system. I will just show you how it works. So as I am right now with as a requester, I will be going into the here. I will be opening our newly created material, that is 7084. Then I can go here inside of the material that is already active in the target system, also in the MDG system. So here I have option to edit it. Then changing the material change request will be popping up. I can select one of them, and I can submit the change request to the expert. That means I select one of them and I go here, and it works in a similar way as I shown the creating a new material. That means I can submit the changes here by changing any of the data. So to save some time, I will be not showing this demo. So it works similarly as the process flow looks here. And I forgot to tell you one more step, that is in the replication. For example, we don't need to replicate each and every material by manually by pressing on the button. We can also replicate the changes automatically. That means as soon as the approves it, then it will go directly to the target systems. So that means we don't need to do any manual steps for each and every material. We can directly transfer to the target systems accordingly. So for the demo purpose, I just showed the manual way, and we can also customize it automatically. So this is all about the master data governance, how it works. Now I will summarize the points, what we have so far achieved it. So the first point in summary, that would be 4I principle. I would say we have achieved the 4I principle in the by bringing the good quality of master data, because the master data is checked by the expert and also by the approver, so that we can improve the data quality by each and every material. And we have successfully used the workflows in the background. That means that the workflow helps us to jump from one step to other step, and one user to the other user. The change request will be moving. So that will be happening with the workflows, and the material master data has been improved. And we are also successfully replicated or transferred the correct and complete master data to the target or business systems, and the quality and standard material of the data is improved. And as we discussed in the first slide, with MDG we will not face any poor data quality problems. And in the end, I would say we saved a lot of money and time. So this is all about the master data governance. So as we said, we will jump to the question and answers right now. So that is here, and Philip will take care now.
Hello again. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. What a great tool. Thanks, Shiva. So let us see. So now it's the time for the question and answer. Yeah, we can now, if you have any questions, you can put them into the chat and we will answer them. So now is the time. Okay, there's one question. If we have several departments maintaining parts of the material, can additional steps be added to the process?
Yes, thank you for asking this question. Yes, can additional process also, we can add it to the process according to the business need. Yeah.
And there's another one. Is there an easy way of requesting to create 3 material which are similarly so that the form does not need to be filled out 3 times?
Yes, thank you for asking this question. I need to go into more, I need to explain in more detailed way so that if you leave your email address here, then I can get back with this question.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Anything else? No. Okay. Okay, perfect. Then oh, wait there. Which master data object are provided for finance by SAP?
Yes. For example, GL accounts, company code. I would say these are all the objects as of now. And there are many objects, I would say, regarding to the finance. To give more details about that one, I can get back to with email so that I can explain it more detailed way.
Okay, perfect. So then, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time and attention. If you regarding any other questions, if you have it in your mind lately, you can also reach us of my email address, that is shiva.charankoti@cimt-ag.de. Regarding any business, you can contact Philip. And thank you again for your time, and have a nice day.
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye-bye.